fact that you have to keep deciding every time you receive money means that the chances of being consistent are a little less, because every time you receive money, there will be a new, in quotes, emergency. It could be a medical, it could be a party that you cannot afford to miss, it could be a wedding, it could be, you get what I mean? I'm not saying they're not important, but because you have to decide every time you receive money, it means that the probability of being consistent is reduced. So what I mean by automate is decide what your process is going to look like. So I feel like, but that's obvious, Gabby. Of course I know how much my rent is. Of course I know that the range of my water bill. I know approximately how much I use on your car. I know how much I pay the nanny. But when everything is in our head, it all gets jumbled up. You kind of have, it all gets jumbled up. You kind of have a vague idea of, I know my numbers. But writing them down on paper and saying that the next time I receive my salary, or deciding what, the next time I receive my commission, or whenever you get money, this is the approach I'm going to take for my fixed. If you have a life policy, write it down. If it means pausing this video, please do, and just write it down somewhere. Now, you then have your variables. The ones that don't change. You have to eat, you have to go to work, you have to, you know, if you're someone who we have to do our hair, if ladies, if you know. There are things that are variables. You may not do them every month, or they do not have the same amount every month. So have an estimate for that. The first time you do this, it won't be exact. Now, when I'm saying automate, that bare minimum setup is what you're automating. You don't have to decide every month how much should I spend on groceries, how much. Decide once and know that this is where I start.